Malik Nabers has taken the biggest step yet toward returning for the New York Giants. After tearing his ACL and damaging the meniscus in his right knee last September, Nabers has progressed from individual drills to protective teamwork and now practicing without non-contact jersey. But participating in practice and being ready to perform as an explosive NFL wide receiver are not necessarily the same thing. So what exactly happened to Nabers' knee? What treatment did he require? Where is he in the rehabilitation process right now? And can Giants fans realistically expect him to be back for Week 1? So Nabers suffered the injury on September 28, 2025 during the Giants' Week 4 victory over the Los Angeles Chargers. He jumped for a deep pass from Jackson Dart near the sideline and came down awkwardly on his right leg. His knee appeared to buckle as he landed and he immediately grabbed it before eventually being carted from the field. Testing then confirmed that Nabers had torn his right anterior cruciate ligament, or ACL. Reporting before surgery also indicated that he sustained an associated meniscus injury. The ACL is one of the major stabilizing ligaments inside the knee. It connects the femur or the thigh bone to the tibia or shin bone and helps control forward movement and rotation of the tibia. The rotational stability is especially important for receivers like Nabers. His position requires explosive acceleration, sudden deceleration, sharp route breaks, jumping, landing, and changing direction while reacting to a defender. The meniscus is a piece of fiber cartilage positioned between the femur and the tibia. It helps distribute force across the joint and absorb impact and contribute to knee stability. When an athlete lands with the foot planted and the knee collapses or rotates, the ACL can be overloaded. That same force can also trap or tear the meniscus. So Nabers underwent surgery on October 28th, exactly 1 month after the injury. That delay was intentional though. The first several weeks were reportedly used for pre-rehabilitation, so allowing the swelling to decrease and helping Nabers restore motion and strength before the surgery. Entering ACL reconstruction with a severely swollen or stiff knee can make the post-operative rehabilitation way more difficult. The procedure will repair his torn ACL and address an associated meniscus damage as well. Although it is commonly called an ACL repair, it is actually more correct to say ACL reconstruction. And in a reconstruction, the damaged ligament is replaced with a tendon graft that gradually incorporates and remodels inside the knee. The meniscus component can make the early recovery slightly more complicated though. If the meniscus is repaired instead of simply trimmed, the surgical team may initially limit weight bearing, knee flexion, or loading to protect that healing tissue. Unfortunately, Nabers' recovery was not completely straightforward. During the spring, he reportedly underwent a second, smaller procedure to remove scar tissue that was contributing to the stiffness in the knee. This type of procedure is generally performed arthroscopically, so excessive scar tissue following an ACL reconstruction can restrict knee motion, particularly the ability to fully straighten the knee. Even a small loss of knee extension can affect walking mechanics, quadricep activation, running efficiency, and the athlete's ability to decelerate properly. So for an NFL wide receiver, recovery from an ACL reconstruction commonly takes approximately 9 to 12 months. An associated meniscus repair, though, post-operative stiffness, or another procedure can potentially move the recovery toward the longer end of that range. But return to play should not be based solely on the calendar. During the first phase of rehabilitation, the priorities are controlling pain and swelling, restoring full knee extension, gradually improving flexion, and reactivating the quadriceps. The middle stages focus on rebuilding strength throughout the entire lower extremity. This includes like quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, and calf, while also restoring balance and single leg control. Running is usually introduced gradually before the athlete advances into jumping, landing, sprinting, and planned changes of direction. The final phase is the most important for a player like Nabers. He must progress into reactive cutting, route running, contested catches, and football-specific drills before safely handling contact and full game workload. Before clearance, the medical staff will typically evaluate knee motion and swelling, quadriceps and hamstring strength, single leg jumping and landing, acceleration, deceleration, change of direction mechanics, confidence in the reconstructed knee, and the knee's response after consecutive practices. An athlete can look good during one practice and still develop swelling or soreness later that day. That is why how the knee responds over the following 24 hours is an important part of the progression. So as of this past week, coming up to the third week of the preseason, Nabers is approximately 10 months removed from the original injury and just under 10 months removed from surgery. He avoided beginning training camp on the physically unable to perform list and initially participated in individual drills. By mid-August, he had advanced into team drills while wearing a red non-contact jersey. That was a significant milestone because it allowed him to run routes within the timing and traffic of the offense while reducing his exposure to contact. And then on August 24th, Nabers took another major step. He practiced without a red non-contact jersey for the first time this summer. He participated in limited 11-on-11 and 7-on-7 work, reportedly taking 13 team repetitions and catching 6 passes. Nabers also even made a diving catch during the session, which suggests his confidence and his ability to react instinctively are returning. This is very encouraging progress. Nabers has now demonstrated that he can run routes, change directions, track the football, and participate within the team's environment. However, he is still being managed carefully. The Giants must gradually expose him to contact, increase his practice volume, and determine how the knee responds to repeated high-intensity sessions. The Giants open the regular season against the Dallas Cowboys on September 13th, and the biggest question is, will Malik Nabers be ready for Week 1? At this point, Week 1 appears realistic, but is not confirmed yet. The next few weeks will be critical. Nabers needs to tolerate progressively heavier practice workloads with physical contact and consecutive days of football activity without increased pain, swelling, stiffness, or loss of strength. Even if he is clear for the opener, the Giants can manage his workload. That might mean he has limited number of snaps,